Alright, this is a follow-up for my previous video, but the ChatGPT 5 crash out is so hilarious. Um, and I just wanted to read this post that I randomly found. ChatGPT 5 is the biggest piece of garbage even as a paid user. Yeah, there are millions of posts out there already, but I don't give a damn. Projects are absolutely brain dead now. I feel like I'm using a free version even though I paid for the plus. There are a lot of people out there who use ChatGPT way more than the average consumer. I'm one of those people who needs ChatGPT in my life. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm so utterly disappointed as there are millions of people here. As are the millions of people here. A company that runs the biggest AI model can't understand what its users want. Biggest piece of shit in the industry. So there's so many people crashing out, um, and it's somewhat justified. I was actually trying to make a video, playing with the voice mode, and it was just so boring, and it lost all its personality compared to 4.0 that I just scrapped the video. I was making a video for this channel doing a voice mode experiment, and they nerfed it so hard, and it just it's the most HR feeling interaction. And to be honest, I think I understand the crash out because um, there was a sense of like novelty and immersion with the last version that this one it feels like um, it feels like you're talking to something that's not as smart as it used to be. But let's scroll. All right, this is live. I'm just gonna scroll and find some funny posts. Oh, so there's an update. This was posted 3 hours ago, and apparently Sam Altman is aware of all these crash outs happening. So he says that we are going to bring it back for plus users. He's referring to 4.0, and he's going to monitor the usage of people that prefer 4.0 over GPT-5 to determine how long they're going to support it. But I think this is a short-term band-aid approach. I think what he should do is consider tuning ChatGPT 5 to bring back what people liked about 4.0. It's not just bringing back 4.0, but it's improving 5 to bring in the positives that 4.0 had into 5. People don't necessarily hate 5 altogether. They're sad about the missing characteristics and features that 4.0 had. So I think this is a short-term um, resolution. I hope he updates 5 to better serve the users. Let's see who else is having a crash out here. Oh, I haven't read this one yet. Okay, so he's increasing GPT-5 rate limits, blah blah blah. Okay, he's gonna bring back 4.0. Uh, GPT-5 will seem smarter starting today. Yesterday, the auto switcher broke and was out of commission for a chunk of the day, and the result was GPT-5 seeming way dumber. I don't know what auto switcher is. I think it's the when you deploy something, and then it's sort of like in web development where it has to rebuild to deploy that new feature. Is that an auto switcher? But anyways, I think he's giving a reason of why we hated GPT-5 on day one, and hopefully, remember in my last video I said, or did I say it? But I always thought that with every launch, the first day always sucks and has to sort of warm up or something or have a little bit of time before it's actually at full capacity. And I think this is what he's saying with GPT-5. All right. All right. So 4.0 is coming back, um, but it's gonna take a while for everyone to get it. They have millions of users, so I don't have 4.0 right now as of. Let me check. Yeah, I don't have 4.0 right now. Nope, don't have it. Um, there's some petition going on. People are about to create online petitions. Yeah, but people. Oh my God, look at this. People are creating protest AI images over 4.0. And then there's the devil's advocate. 5 isn't for you nerds, it's for mass adoption. This isn't hard to understand. They're trying to shift it toward normies. Yeah. To be fair, I think most people actually prefer the personality type of 4.0 more. People are canceling their subscription. We all know this is just not going to affect the company at all. Um, GPT-5 is the worst model ever. Feeling really sad. I can't write stories anymore. So I used ChatGPT for my world building and to write my characters. It was addictive. Like it would make long replies, emojis, joke, analyze why does my character behave like that. Even write my character's inner thoughts like it knew them. I loved it. I felt like my fantasy world became true, but now the messages are short and no personality. Boring. I think update from 4.0 to 5 came as I was still using it. So the sudden change in messages made me absolutely shocked. I miss ChatGPT 4.0. I miss writing my stories. It had a way to make my characters feel real. Yeah, so what a lot of people don't know is people use ChatGPT 5 sort of like an interactive game like Dungeons and Dragons. For example, I have a project where I'm using it as a text-based multiple choice story, like a horror game. You know those old school text-based games where you're going through a story and then something happens and you have to choose. You have a multiple choice decision on how to move forward. So I have that little project running right now on ChatGPT, and it's borderline like a really cool game. But I think 5 isn't the best at doing things like this. I think 4.0 was able to be more creative and provide a more authentic experience in terms of it, like world building, interactivity, and role playing, and basically anything that has to do with creativity and like writing. I think 4.0 was better, but I think 5 is probably more balanced. And if you're just using it as a tool to like, debug code or help you organize a spreadsheet, it's probably better. All right, most likely it is better. But if you're a content creator like me, or if you're trying to brainstorm authentic, real ideas that's not so corporate and doesn't come off so like human resources, 5 is so nerfed. Like it's not a good tool for that. Um, but yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, this was a whole meme. Oh, this guy. All right, so there's people that were hardcore into like relationships with 4.0, and people are saying they lost a friend, they lost their partner, and they're all depressed. It's pretty extreme, but with something like this, it's not too unexpected, especially in the year of 2025. Oh, MGGA, make GPT great again, bring back Model 4. All right, well, this just keeps going. 5 sucks, bring back 4.0. Yeah. Anyways, this was pretty funny. There's a huge crash out. If you use ChatGPT 5, let me know what your thoughts are below. Do you just use it as a tool to get, logical things done, or do you use it for creative purposes like world building or script writing or helping you create content like I do? Let me know in the comments if you really like ChatGPT 5 or if you actually agree with the majority of the people that want 4.0 back. I think I'm leaning towards wanting 4.0 back, but I also think 5 has potential, and I think the right thing to do would be to merge all the good things from 4.0 into 5, because 5 should be the pinnacle of what ChatGPT offers. And I think the idea of removing like the big list of different models into just one was a good idea in theory, because it's like the in and out business model, right? The reason why the in and out fast food chain is so successful is because they have limited options. You know what you want, you know what you're getting. And I think ChatGPT was trying to do something like that, but they flopped because they took out the animal fries and just gave you some mediocre replacement. But yeah, I think it'll be fixed. This is all just a storm that Sam Altman will probably, you know, figure out how to resolve soon, because at least he's listening. All right, this is the end of this quick video. I'll see you in the next one.